Alright guys, we got a really fun video for today talking about how to beat Escape from Kyln, the new iteration with floors 41 to 46, utilizing your Spider Society and your Cabal teams. And this is great because they've introduced this really fun new mechanic to the Escape from Kyln mode, which is to spend money. You gotta have a really big Spider Society and Cabal team. It's super fun. Enjoy the video! Alright guys, so here we are at the Escape from Kyln tower, and as you can see, I was able to clear the tower. So despite what we just talked about in the thumbnail, it is possible to get it done. In this video, we're going to go through the last 6 stages, because the first 40 are repeats from the last Escape on Kyln. Now, we do have videos for those on the channel. I know they're not complete, which means it was probably in a VOD, which you can expect also tomorrow. So after the tower goes live and I put the kids to bed, I'm going to come on. I'll do all stages 1 through 40. That'll be put into a VOD. We'll put a video probably starting from the Asgardian stages onwards, and I'll hit it with my baby count. There'll be a bunch of content coming out for Kyln for sure, but it is possible to clear. Now, the first thing I'd like to talk to you guys about are these rewards. Now, it used to be the 3 diamonds was on stage 40. They've clearly moved that, so 1 diamond on stage 40, 3 diamonds on stage 46. It's Gwenom. Very good character, very impactful in the raids. Definitely still going to be a raid team come next raid tier. But is it 100% necessary? Is this the kind of character that's going to revolutionize your war, your crucible, your arena, all that kind of stuff? I don't think so. They also buried all the meaningful amount of gold in the last chapters, so there's that. And at least they put the training modules on everything. Then there's the Crimson Gear in the last couple cells, I guess we should start calling them. So the rewards, they're very, very heavily slated towards the end. Like, if I look at when you get your first red star, okay, 22 you get the second red star, you get your first red star at stage, wait, does it not even do 1 red? Doesn't even do 1 red? It goes straight to 2? Okay, cool, whatever. I just don't understand who this is for. Because stage 22, that's not like a new player thing, so I'm not sure why they organize rewards like this. I definitely don't like it, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new run, because of course I did this way earlier and then deleted the footage because I run not a lot of room on my computer, and now I have to redo this for another hour. But I hope you enjoy it. Again, we're going to start on stage 41, so I'm just going to kind of blast my way all the way through that. It is quite easy now that we have level 100, if you were able to do it before. If you were obviously struggling before with certain sections, you didn't build those teams up, it's still going to be a struggle, right? But let's go ahead and black it out, and we'll come back when I'm on stage 41. Let's go. Alright, so after about 30 minutes of climbing this damn Kyle Tower for the 3rd time, that's not on the live account that I'm going to have to redo tomorrow, we are now back at cell 41. So cell 41 is going to be our Spider-Verse skills section. Now, I don't want to beat around the bush. I don't want to give false hope. Like, this is the team to use. This is it. This is the team you want to use. Peter B. Parker was the sustain, the buff clear. Pavitra is the speed. Penny is the damage and the stuns. That's how you can get through these 3 nodes. I do believe you can easily get through the nodes at 5 yellow, 5 red, gear tier 18, ISO 5, all the shebang. A couple of these characters are very, very much Dark Dimension appropriate, such as Penny Parker and Spider-Man Pavitra for sure. This first node you can get through with this right here. You can. It's ugly. You could definitely get through it if you're only going to be able to do 1 node anyway. You can definitely go in here with Peter B. Parker and get through it as well. We'll do 1 attempt like this. I don't want this video to run too long because the Cabal section is going to take a bit as well. So let's just try this once. But just know, this is where the tower is going to end for like 90% of players. 99, 95, 97.5. This is where the tower is going to end for a lot of players. And it's just, it's the whale tower. It's the whale killing, whatever you want to call it. It's the whale mode. Whale mode engaged. But anyway, what I like to do in this is I like to control the Iron Patriot, and then I like to control the leader, and then I'm just going to try and kill people as quickly as possible. There we go. Iron Patriot, definitely the one to go for first. Let's get those buffs off of him. Get that life off him. Also, my Black Cat is a Raider. I forget why I have that. Should be a Striker, obviously, for this, to make it a lot easier. But right off the bat, you can see why this would be a struggle, right? So we have a max account in this case, and we're still struggling. This would be a lot of resets. Definitely we need to fix the ISO. I did it once. It's not worth it. I'm sorry that I deleted the footage. It's not worth it. Peter B. Parker is going to make this a lot better for you. So if you only want to try and get this 41st node done for those rewards, I think there's some Crimson gear on there, which is nice. Then throw Peter B. Parker in there. He doesn't have to be gigantic because he does have the buff clear, right? And then Noir does not bring very much here whatsoever. Ghost Spider's good damage. Peter B. Parker is sustain and buff clear. And then you should be able to get through the nodes like that. We're going to save the special for now. So gonna go full tilt on the Iron Patriot here. Ouchie. Alrighty, let's go right here, steal these buffs. Also, you might have to do like a crap ton of resets here until villains aren't getting crits and they don't get speed up, right? It's possible. I would hope not, but it's possible. Ability to block the Iron Patriot so he can't use his special and take all of our death proofs off on Black Cat. She's still giving me hard focus. That's the problem with this mode. Like 3 characters, you're bound to get hard focus. You just are. Iron Patriot's still living his best life. Ugh. Death Proof would have saved Peter B. Parker there, but boy, howdy. This is bad, right? This is a maxed out account. And I'm sure this is what most content characters are going to show. Like, this is the least favorable kill in tower we've ever had. It's definitely a feels bad moment. We just get absolutely demolished. What more is there to say? So you saw how... I'm telling you, I got through before. The struggle bus is real, and watch what happens when you bring in the new Spider Society. First of all, Spider Society, so much stronger just in the damage department than we had initially thought. And then the speed jumps, and actually, the speed jumps, as you're going to see in the Kyln Tower, very purposeful speed jumps. It gives, like, the perfect one-up on the next node, which is why you'll never get through that other node with the original characters that we have. You just won't. Alright, we got a stun here. Let's go ahead and throw it up. Obviously, in this particular case, if you do have these characters, I would strongly suggest building their abilities up in the opening nodes. Get Penny's ult up turn 1, and this node, you'll just absolutely stomp through it. But yeah, just look at the damage. Look at the damage we're doing. Look at the damage they're not doing. It speaks so much volume. 1000% striker on Penny Parker for this one, so that you can get as many energy ups as you can. Well, nah, we're not gonna throw the ult. Let's just do the basic here. They did not hit like that when we initially tested them on the playtest. Penny did not do that sort of damage. Like, you saw how Black Cat just, like, tickles these guys, but Penny is ripping them to shreds? I don't understand it. He's got a stun over here on the Kang. He does a lot of damage, so you do want to control him. Obviously, we still have one ability available on Penny for the next node. Peter B. Parker, by the time Penny takes one more attack, is going to have ability ready as well. Let's go over here. Go to these. Now, one thing you do want to make sure is you want to make sure your Peter B. Parker has his special available turn 1 on the next node. Definitely don't waste that. So now, guys, I think, hopefully, I showed how just kind of ridiculous this tower is from a, you know, mid-game Guppy spender, Dolphin spender perspective, because Spider Society is not going to function. Oh, the game crashed? Oh, we're good. So they're not going to function at like 3 yellow, 3 red, which you could have free to play on Peter B and Pavitra. You're going to get just mollywopped. You really are. Penny's doing so much lifting here. This is the sell Penny game mode. I think like 5 yellow, 5 red would be the lowest mark in order to get through the Spider Society nodes, because the nodes do get harder than this one. It's not great. I think the tuning is way off. I think since they moved the diamonds, they should have made this section, you know, free-to-play friendly, and then, well, the Cabal section we're going to get there. That could have been the spender section, or they could have brought the Cabal section to be these nodes, move everything around, make them easier since Cabal's an older team, and then, like, the Dolphin spenders could have got through it. All right, heading on over to Cell 42. Like, I'm not going to waste your time by showing you guys other teams attacking this, because it's just not possible. Even with the nerfs that they've done here, which, oh my god, the nerfs they've done here. Let's just get in here. It's these three characters again. 5 yellow, 5 red. I think you can get through it. This one, you definitely have to do a lot of resets on. Look at Black Knight. So Black Knight, first of all, doesn't spawn with defense up, though he does if he has a level 1 passive. So clearly he has passive because he has charges. But he just doesn't have defense up. So this is the only reason why we're able to get off the Black Knight. They've artificially changed this Black Knight to do what they wanted Black Knight to do. Then look at his Retaliate. Doesn't put trauma out, doesn't put heal block down. That's why we're able to beat this node. Now, one thing we're definitely going to want to do is we're going to want to use the ultimate here. That's going to give us immunity. I misspoke earlier saying Peter Parker special. We want the ultimate for the immunity. Then the skirmisher on Peter B. Parker is going to take that taunt off of him. This is great. And now I can go ahead and I can throw the stun on the Cosmic... sorry, not the Cosmic. The Ghost Rider Robbie. Or I can throw it on Black Knight. Because Black Knight is so nerfed, I want to throw it on the Robbie Reyes. Because he flips buffs, right? We don't want that. And honestly, this is probably going to kill him because Penny's damage at max build is just the stupidest thing ever. If Penny dies, we reset. She's getting hard targeted here, so we might have to. That's a lot of bleeds on her. And then that's the RNG of the Kyln Tower, right? Gonna do the special. Penny survives. Does she land the stun? She landed the stun and the stun. Okay, there's no way Black Knight's getting his resistance even when he does have defense up. Because he had defense up there, but he just didn't resist anything. 1,000% resistance? Sorry, playtest is having a heart attack right now. Let me see if I can't fix it. There we go. Alright, Pav's turn back up. Let's go ahead and take out this Black Knight. These two Chuckles drop in. They're not a big deal. He's at 3 charges. Alright. Let's get some energy. Yeah, we get ult here to get us a bunch of buffs, or we can just throw the special up. We're going to kill people, so Surfer's going to have his offense up here. Alright, that's a 4th charge on him, so we need to make sure he dies now. So let's just go over here. I want to wait till Penny can attack him. There goes Surfer. Let's go ahead and stun this Red Hulk. Or kill him, I guess. Either or will work. Go for Photon. And then let's bring it on home. Start saving our cooldowns because we don't get all of our energy back. So we do want to make sure we have our big cooldowns available. We get a lot of them back, I believe. I think Penny gives a lot of them back on her passive. That might be raid only. But when she's hitting with her basic, we get it back. It's easy to get their cooldowns back up. That's all I'm trying to say. Alright, there goes Captain. Onto the Black Cat. We'll save that special, even though that would take all of her death proofs off. The dodges are more than enough to make up for it, which is nice. It's crazy. It's crazy how powerful this team, this 3-piece is compared to everything else. All the other options you have here. Like the Kraven, the Kingpin, the Black Cat. I tried so many alternatives. I'm sure one of them will stick. But like, you're going to have those characters so big to RNG your way through it. So big. All right, let's move on over to Cell 43. Alrighty then, moving on to Cell 43. We got a bunch of Superior 6 members, and I want you to take very, very close note of the way I'm positioned here. So separate your members out, obviously protects you from the Green Goblin passive. Also notice when Green Goblin drops in. Did you guys notice what happened? He dropped in after everybody else, and the reason for this is so that he doesn't stop the vulnerables Pav puts out. So this is an example of them artificially changing how characters work to benefit the 3 new Spider Society allies, but not to go as far as to make the other, like, rework Spider Society allies, or the Secret Defenders, or the Kraven, work in the same manner. I don't know how you guys feel about that. I feel a certain way about that. A little interesting, right? What do I want to do here? Let's go ahead and let's use the ultimate. That's going to get the speed up off Kraven, but it's also going to give us things like immunity that we're going to be able to use and build into for that. Like, Kraven's not going to be able to ability block somebody now. I got a stun. Let's stun the Green Goblin here. Oh, another thing they changed is Doc Ock Special isn't a cleanse, so it doesn't have the T4 in it, or whatever the case may be. Because you're going to notice, if Goblin did get removed from that stun, I'd be in a lot worse shape, right? Alright, so yeah, the Kraven Special takes immunity off, so we're going to get hit by that. Let's keep going, take out the Green Goblin. Penny Parker's got her ultimate. Let's just throw it right here. This probably kills the Kraven. Oh, no, it's a single target, right? No, it's not. Yeah, so that probably kills the Kraven. Crushes everybody. So much damage coming through. Let's get rid of this Green Goblin. Yeah, you can see the overwhelming damage the Spider Society team has. But this is a max team. I do think you could definitely get through this with 5 yellow, 5 red. It's not going to be the funnest thing in the world. I think you're probably going to have to reset. You might get randomly one-shot out of nowhere. You might have to do a lot of resets to get proper targeting, get the right dodges. But if you wailed on these guys, not Kraken, wailed on these guys, then I do think it's possible. Let's get all our buffs back up. Or not all, but a lot of them back up. Alrighty. Just gonna take that Rhino out. Not quite. Oof. Oof. Penny's got her ultimate back up. Alright, let's finish off the Rhino. Clearing all those debuffs on Peter. Perfect. Now OP Peter is going to take the buffs off of Lizard. Let's just tag the Vulture here. There we go. Stun the Lizard, and away we go. Alright, guys, so that's it for Spider Society. Once again, 5 yellow, 5 red plus resets will get this done. If you crack it out on these guys, or if you're one of those people that's in Dark Dimension 7, work your way through, so like the 5 of you that might be watching this, you're not going to struggle with these nodes. But that'll lead you to the Cabal nodes, and the Cabal nodes are an entirely different story. Alright, so Cabal or Underworld. It might surprise you to hear this, but Underworld, not a good team in Sword Satellite, or Crucible, or anywhere but War. And they need all 5 members. So, this is the Cabal nodes. It would have been nice if they made this Cabal Undying, because these nodes are no joke. No joke. So we're going to win with the Cabal. We have a very particular set of ISOs, the same as Spider Society. We got 1 Skirmisher, the guy who does assists, and the other 2 are Strikers. We want as much vulnerables as possible out there, but we need the damage from Strikers as well. They can't all be Raiders, unfortunately. It'd be nice, but we need the, first of all, we need the buff clears from Skirmisher, but we need the Striker hits. This node is a big bait. This node is that, hey, you know what? You might take some damage, so you should probably use all your cooldowns. No, you shouldn't. You definitely should not use all your cooldowns here. In fact, you should really only use that opening Iron Patriot and then basic your way through this, resetting as needed to get your life back. I mean that. Because the next node is the node where if you don't go into it with proper cooldowns, you simply lose. You will just die. Alright? So I'm taking all the licks. The main concerns is going to be the mind controls that we're going to see both from the zombie Iron Man hits as well from the Voodoo special here. Alright, so first we got to get by the Juggernaut. Assist come in. Boom. Alright, ouchie. That hurts a lot. Let's move on over to this guy before he rewinds us. Not loving it so far. Probably gonna have to be a reset on this one until we get a better setup. We'll see how much passive. No, he's getting hard targeted. He got hard targeted. We gotta back it out. We gotta go back in, and we'll go from here. Namor just sitting over there, just not getting targeted. Leader throwing himself into stealth. Super annoying sometimes. But yeah, you gotta get through the snow with your abilities up. Anything less than like at least having all their ultimates up and a few of their specials very, very close is going to lead you to a horrible, horrible death. Alright, we'll do the special here, flip the defense up. We did get the taunt off of Lizard again. Obviously, we unfortunately got to kill the Hela before we can kill the Greg. Alright, she's gone. I could do the special here. Yeah, let's do it. Get rid of the Greg. Alrighty. Let's just get rid of Lizard before he does bleeds and that kind of stuff. Go for Morbius next. Now he's got D down. Good. Ugh. Ugh. Alright. We got the taunt off. Good. That went over to Namor. As long as Namor lives, then we're in business. Alright, we got rid of the Green Goblin. The damage has been spread, but it's still in a scary spot. The big Cabal team will take out this Robbie. Homie's gonna bleed out. And there you go. I told you it's doable. I told you, with the right sort of RNG, you do get through it eventually. It's not pretty. Iron Patriot's definitely not as healthy as we would like him, but this special will do a little bit of a heal. Obviously, when Leader does his actual abilities, it's going to heal the Iron Patriot as well. So he doesn't need to be full life heading to the next node, but it needs to be big. And the next node is going to be the stopping point for some people. This is the node where the RNG and the wailiness of your teams is the most evident, because there's a moment in this match where you either have the power for it or you need to reset over and over and over again until the perfect sequence occurs. Let's go do it. Alright, so we got a legendary soup node with a bunch of Horsemen and Apocalypse on there. Fun, fun, fun times. You gotta hit it with Cabal. But you can't hit it with Cabal into Nova having the Nova Force. So you do need to have your Underworld built up just for a burn attack. Nobu can help you here, as he can do his passive revive, right? That's something that you could lead into, because you do need to survive for extra turns to get the Nova ultimate off. The other thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to reset until your Taskmaster doesn't die, and your Taskmaster lands the blind on Green Goblin. So this is actually going really good for me so far. In a perfect world, I would have loved to have had... Mr. Negative be able to do his special, get a little bit of mind control damage in there. Wasn't the case. Not the end of the world. Yeah, I would have loved to get some mind control damage onto the Nova if possible, and see if we could get him to take some damage. To do that, I think you got to do Korg? With Korg, yeah. I forget how you would have to play that out. But if we can get that charge off Nova, it'll make the next hit a little bit easier. We might get it here with a, like, maxed out. Yeah, there you go. We got it here with a maxed out Underworld. And then here comes the money shot. There you go. I'm super surprised Taskmaster is alive. I don't want to kill anybody here because that'll spawn in the next wave. That'd be really bad. Let's just do as much damage as we can here. Boom, boom. And for you big spenders that are going to be doing this node right now, you might have some diamonds on your guys, right? You might have some diamonds on your particular Underworld and have a better shot at this. Anyway, there's the L. Now we got to go in with the Cabal team, and here we got to be perfect. So let's put them all back in, separate them out. Same ISO setup here for sure, for sure, for sure. And the second somebody dies, it's going to spawn in the next wave. So, Nova got his charge back. What we definitely want to do is kill this Green Goblin right away. We would love him to not take a turn, not flip our buffs. Perfect. We want to save the Gargantuan attack, so let's go over here. Get that charge off Nova. Now, if you have a big enough Cabal team, this is where rubber meets the road. And this is where you're going to do the special. This is going to call in attacks, Leader's a striker, and this is going to kill this Apocalypse. He's not giant, this Apocalypse, by any stretch of the imagination. We didn't get the kill here. And so he's going to do the special, and then he gets covered up, and this is kind of an L at this point, right? The fact that everyone has buffs is just an absolute gong show. We could try and muscle our way through it, because again, the Apocalypse isn't super powerful. But you're going to need a whaled out Cabal team for this. And you have to enter the next node with all your Cabal members up. It's not an option. There you go. This is only possible because that Apocalypse is not empowered. But we still have to deal with the Rogue. Everyone's in stealth except Namor. Namor's probably dead there unless Leader... Yeah, okay. Leader does a good retaliate. Leader also got called in for the assist here. That's going to be another cleanse to Namor. Alright, so we're getting as many stuff off the Namor as possible to protect him. Looks like the stun must have fallen off if he did an assist. There we go. And from here, we're going to get through it. Oh, never mind. Now we got to reset. All right, so we're recording this in post now because this node took many, many attempts, but also I learned a little bit. So I wanted to give you the full scope of what I've gathered from this node. So we still are following a lot of the similar principles. We're going to make one big deviation, and it really does show kind of the complexity of this node and what I think is going to be the method most players have to do it if you have like a 6 red, 6 yellow Cabal team, or maybe 5 yellow, 5 red with the cheat code we're going to talk about later. Most important thing is we need to one-shot this Green Goblin with our basics so this doesn't happen. That flip. If we don't have a maxed out team, we are not going to survive Iron Patriot having his offense up flip. That's just not good, right? Next thing we're going to switch up is we're actually going to go for the Rogue here, and I'm going to use the ultimate ability. This is going to get my Iron Patriot abilities up, my Namor abilities up that he might have just used. We just used the special instead. And now I'm going to go for Apocalypse, and I'm doing this for a very particular reason. The reason we do it like this is because Apocalypse is not empowered, so he's going to open up his special. It's unfortunate he went for Namor. I really wanted him to go for Iron Patriot, but that just means I got to slow it down a little bit. So now I'm going to take out the Archangel. Obviously, with the buffs that Apocalypse gives out, it was important to take Rogue out so she couldn't taunt, and it's important that he doesn't buff up other characters that are going to cause a problem. Now let's go talk about Apocalypse. We push him, he gets his passive, he gets speed bar, so he ults, but remember, not empowered Apocalypse, so he only gets 60%. So I needed to thread the needle perfectly here, so that Namor is now using his ultimate into Apocalypse, who has a vulnerable and is going to rewind him, right? So Apocalypse doesn't actually do his Falcon Punch. We're going to rewind him. We rewind everybody else. We're now in control of the node, and we can go from here. So there's a lot of needles to be thread here, especially because my Namor got ability blocked. In retrospect, I don't even know if going for the Apocalypse YOLO attacks real quick with Namor would have worked then. You might have to let him do his special, let him do his ultimate, and thread that needle so that in between his special and his Falcon Punch, you are controlling him and you're doing massive damage to him. Once again, how big does your Cabal need to be to manifest what we just talked about? And is there a cheat code? There is a cheat code. We're going to talk about that when we're done the last node. All right, let's keep going. All right, so Cell 46, Hive Mind Secret Defenders with a good boy Cosmo, because everybody needs a good boy. This node's stupid. There's no other way to say it. This node is a test. Did you get through the last node with all Cabal members alive? You did? Good. Are they full life or at least above 80%? And do you have them at 7 red, 7 yellow? If they're below that, you're going to need to have them even healthier. You did. Good. Do you have some abilities available, in particular, the Iron Patriot special and the Leader special? Oh, you did. Then let's go. It's definitely a test of all that. And it's one of my biggest pet peeves with Scopely is when they give a character that has so much life the Striker tag. So I'm hoping this happens here. Does she hit Iron Patriot with this one? Gameplay, mechanics, strategy, fun. Because she has so much life, if she hits into somebody that has the vulnerable, they immediately die. Again, we are looking at level 100, gear tier 18, ISO 5, 7 red star, brand new characters. And they've set it up in such a way that could happen. Now, is that the end of the world? No, it's the opening moments of RNG for the node. I just think it's stupid that that's a possibility. So we might be sitting here doing resets, and I did do this, for 20 minutes if she keeps hitting someone that has a vulnerable. If she goes for leader, leader will dodge it. It's not the end of the world. This one was good for us. Void Knight did not land any vulnerables there. When this happened, I immediately suggested just switching her to a Raider or switching Void Knight to like a Striker or something. It was just too late for them to make changes. Anyway, this is why we need the Iron Patriot special available. This is going to flip a bunch of buffs, right? We didn't get the defense down on Red Goblin, so we may not get the kill here. But we need to kill Red Goblin, obviously, because if we kill anybody else, they're just going to get revived. After that, you want to go for the Black Cat. As soon as she drops, we're going to go right for her. Next hit's going to take her out. There we go. And if we had Gargantua here, this would be fantastic, but we don't. So we got to finish that off. And now we got to take the Gwenom out. You do need to kill this Gwenom. You know, if she hits into a vulnerable, they die, but also her special, the stun, is absolutely nightmarish. Void Knight's going to do what Void Knight does. We still don't have our abilities up yet. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can't kill this Carnage before he gives speed bar out to our enemies. I'm making it look easy. It's not easy. I can't. This is the like third time I've done this node. The first 2 times I did it, it took a bazillion trillion resets. This is the second reset on this run, and we're gonna kill her before she does her thing. I can't stress enough. Okay, maybe we're not. Maybe we're just gonna get rolled over here. I would prefer that, so you guys can see that it's not easy. No, we're gonna be fine. Damn it. Max team, not easy. Lots of resets, lots of caveats on who you need to have ready to go as far as abilities go on this node from that last nightmarish node. All right? I'm sorry it looks easy. It's not. You're going to get to this node, you're going to hit it, and you're going to be like, what the hell? This is incredibly difficult. How do I get through it? A billion resets and having those cooldowns available that we spoke about at the opening. And that's going to be your Kyln Tower for stages 41 to 46. It is, without a doubt, spender gated. It is 100,000% spender gated from nodes 42 to 46. You can 100% get through node 41 with the old school characters. All right, it's just the truth. Okay. Once again, the rewards: Gwenom, 5 uniques. I know these are very expensive, very high in demand, and then we have 20 skill minis on 45 and 46. You need to decide if this is worth it for you. I expect we're going to see a lot of Cabal offers because they need to be bigger for this. If you were just a regular spender and you only got them to 5 yellow, 5 red, a lot of people are going to want to boost them to 6 yellow, 6 red to be able to get through this. Or even from 6 to 7, right? The good news is diamonds on Namor. That's the secret, right? I told you in the beginning, there's a huge secret to get through the last 3 nodes. You want to know what it is? Diamonds on Namor. Diamonds on Namor, especially if you got him to like 3 diamonds, will one-shot Apocalypse, okay? I crunched the numbers in my super mathematical... No, I'm just guessing. Diamonds on Namor is going to be a cheat code for these last few sections. I very strongly believe that. His damage is incomparable to the other 2, even as you saw here at even builds. Namor's doing as much, if not more damage than them. So having diamonds on Namor is going to be your cheat code for the last 3 nodes, for you spenders out there, or for you dolphins that want to get through it. Spider Society, I just don't think you can replace any of the 3 new characters. And I do think they need to be at 5 yellow, 5 red. So a lot of this has been like a mixed bag. I do think, you know, dolphin whaley people are going to be able to get through Spider Society. They're probably going to get a lot of penny sales because of this tower. And I want you guys to remember, always spend within your means and take a long, hard look at Gwenom. Is Gwenom somebody you care to have the extra diamonds on? 5 Crimson Uniques. Is this something you absolutely have to have? Make no mistake, on the J2D account, I'm going to get this tower done. I'll have an actual video when the tower goes live, now that we have diamonds that are in the mix and everything like that, we're going to have that video. I look forward to sharing that. I'll have the free-to-play perspective as well from the dorks, sharing that with the very limited Spider Society team I'm going to have. So you can look forward to all those videos coming out probably when the tower goes live that night or the next morning. But just remember, always, always, always remember, spend within your means. You don't need to have things the second they're available. Not all of these like flash events are for everybody, but Scopely, if you're watching this, you gotta also remember, new things need to be fun for all players. Okay? You've brought back a mode that we already all knew was a gear check on characters, which at the time wasn't that horrible because lots of people were starting to work through Gear Tier 18 stuff. You had just given us Hive Mind, so bringing up Carnage and Venom made a lot of sense for this mode. So it wasn't that bad. A lot of people got it done. This time around, very few people are going to get it done. And instead of having a fun new mode with new problems to solve, you've rehashed the exact same thing we did when Hive Mind came out, but for less rewards. We're not getting a 3-diamond Gambit. We're getting a 1-diamond Gwenom, right? So I would very much like to caution Scopely that they gotta remember these flash events that are supposed to be fun, community building moments. It needs to be fun, fresh, and new for everybody, with rewarding things for everybody. I really dislike that they moved the diamonds. I think they should have left the 3-diamond Gwenom on milestone 40, because again, it's freaking Gwenom, who cares? And they should have just done more Crimson gear down here for the big spenders that are gonna get through that, right? Also, I think they should have moved some of the nodes around. Like, how difficult would it have been to, you know, rework from like the Asgardian section up to have different tags, you know, build 10 new nodes around that. Maybe just sprinkle in new tags on the lower sections for new players. Like, you know, give the Guardians of the Galaxy node, let people use new Avengers there too, because you're making them build new Avengers for legendary characters. All in all, it's tough for me to hate this because I know I'm going to get the rewards from it on the account I care about the most. But I understand why people are going to look at this super negatively just from an unbiased perspective. And I hope Scopely can separate big spender pleasure from community at large sentiment and find a way to make sure they're bringing joy to that larger community, right? You got to do that. Anyway, rambled on a little bit too much there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it's going to help you in your Kyln Tower pursuits. In the next video that's about Kyln Tower, it's going to be on the live server. We're definitely going to talk about the characters to prep on nodes 1 through 4. We'll do a live playthrough of all the nodes in a VOD. I'll put that up on YouTube if you guys want to see it, but let's be real. On my 2 accounts that are going to be able to handle this tower, it's going to be gigantic punch downs. And I'll put the baby account perspective up there on the VOD as well. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, hope you have fun, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.